Hey guys, so in today's vlog, I want to share with you the three biggest things that I've done in the last little bit that have really helped with the opening of the throat, the third eye, and the crown. And I kind of want to give you examples of what it feels like or what it felt like or continuously feels like to me. So one of the things that I have been embracing now for many years is contemplation. So what I've started to do is anything that comes my way, I am now able not to judge it. Or when I do judge it, I mean, that's fine if I'm judging it, but I realize and understand that I am making a judgment. And what that does is you begin to get yourself in this state of contemplation of, okay, why are you judging this specific situation? Like, what is going on within you that you feel some duality? Because the whole purpose of all of this is to get rid of the duality. We don't want a yes, a definite yes, or we don't want a definite no. You kind of want to come to a place of balance, really. And balance is what starts to open up the chakras. Balance is, it's a place of peace. It's a place of acceptance. So contemplation has been very important in just realizing my own judgments. And what happens is you become less and less judgmental. And then when you look outside into the world, or even when there's situations or scenarios that come to you, you can look at them like, okay, whatever, it is what it is. You know, there's not so much energy, effort expended into a scenario or situation. So contemplation has been extremely important. The second thing is forgiveness. So forgiveness actually comes way before all of this, but what I found was, I wasn't forgiving right. Like, I would say I forgive that person, but I still held like a little bit of a grudge inside of me. So my forgiveness used to be extremely superficial. And when I say grudge, I mean a knot. And what happens is we are energetically tied. How? You're energetically tied through the chakras to these people or energies within their chakra. So the element of grudge, the energy behind grudge actually sits in your third chakra, your solar plexus. So what happens is you start getting energetic knots within the yellow ray. That's what the solar plexus chakra is. It's the yellow ray. And these knots have energy. So the energy keeps you tied to that other person's yellow chakra, yellow ray. But what it also does is there are points of stagnation within the chakras. So because I'm working on getting rid of move from the third density. So the third density it's basically a catalyst, and I'm really working hard on getting rid of the ego because I have worked on the bottom three chakras. The root, by the way, is the hardest chakra to work on, and mine just opened not too long ago. I'm creating a long teaching vlog about that. So anyways, what I realized about forgiveness is that you need to forgive with love and understanding. You can't just be like, whatever, I forgive the person. No, it doesn't work like that. That knot that you have in your solar plexus chakra, it'll release a little bit because you are saying that you forgive them. So it lightens how tight the knot is within your chakra. It does loosen it a little bit. But true forgiveness is with love and understanding. And love and understanding, what does that look like? It looks like a sense of empathy for the other person, a sense of understanding okay, you know what? This person's in a fucked up situation because their life sucked when they were young, and all of the conditioning that has happened thus far is what is driving their ego and what is driving the decisions that they make. So when you give that aspect and take the personality of the person out of it, when you give that aspect love and understanding without any attachment to the person, right away the knot that the ego in your solar plex holds on to, it unravels. It might unravel just for a moment because we have to keep working on it. It's not going to happen overnight. Might for some people, it hasn't for me. But there's this like constant state of love and understanding to why they act and make the decisions that they do. What that does is it actually detaches, when you're able to give that love and understanding to that other person, it detaches you from the situation altogether, and you feel for that person and you feel like you can see their karmic wheel spinning negative. And when you see that karmic wheel spin negative, you kind of want it to spin positive for them because, you know, like you just don't want them to live. Can you imagine how these people who like you feel has done wrong to you? Can you imagine they're probably doing wrong to themselves constantly all day long? So that's a negative spin, and then you get to see that within the person, and of course you don't want that for the person. So then forgiveness turns into empathy, and you want their wheel to spin positive, but there's no attachment to that person at all. It's just from an energy perspective, a human being to a human being. That's what love and understanding does. So contemplation, love and understanding, and the third is complete and absolute surrender. Now, what I have learned about surrender is that surrender is actually an act. You know, whenever we think about action, people think you have to do. It's actually the opposite. When in surrender, you're still acting. So when I think of surrender, I always cloak myself, if you're familiar with tarot, in the Hanged Man. I always think of myself as the hangman, and the hangman has one foot rope tied around it and kind of just surrenders. So that's how I see myself when I'm in surrender. And when I'm in surrender, I turn off all of my senses. Like I tell myself, no more hearing, no more sight, no more feeling. How do you actually feel? Without your five senses, what that does is when you're in surrender, when you get good at it, you get to really see. This is your actual eye. Your third eye is your actual eye. These are all ego. This is all ego. So I get to like actually feel the scenario. I get to sense the scenario. I get to feel my own feelings. Your feelings are in your second chakra, your sacral, your orange ray. You begin to feel, and then you when you're in complete surrender, and what are you surrendering? You're surrendering the mind to the heart. That's it. So visualize, I always visualize a line like this. And when I need to surrender, I am surrendering anything in my mind right into my heart. Anything from my mind right into my heart. This creates like your heart expands. And then when I cloak myself in the hangman, I wish I had my tarot deck here. Should have been better prepared. But so what happens is when you visualize yourself surrendered completely and upside down, the heart energy begins to pour into the throat and begins to pour into the third eye. And if you have any knots in your root chakra upwards, then it's you won't really get into the third eye, but surrendering, even visualizing a surrender, will open up those energies for that time. That's all I got. I hope that helps, but that's where I am in my spirituality. And you know, I have been doing a lot more channeling. I kind of work around my field. I feel like things are now potentiated, as Dr. David Hawkins would say, and a lot of new things are happening for me in my writing, and I just wanted to share that. So please share what you've been up to and how life's been. I know I haven't been here for a while, but I love you guys so much. Bye.